All right, welcome back to another YouTube video. This is High Value English, the review. This is lesson 14, the review of High Value English. And this is a good topic because conveniently it's just one word, the word any, which here in Japan, students have some trouble. How do I explain this? They often connect it to another word, a Japanese word, which means kind of absolutely nothing or completely nothing. And I disagree with that. That's not really the meaning. The way I explain it in my other lesson, the full lesson, is that it means one option from a menu of options. So any, it means one. For example, one from a larger, more full menu or set. For example, like, I can cook any Italian food, right? So if you insert any Italian food, I can cook, for example, spaghetti. Yes, I can cook lasagna. Yes, I can cook tortellini. Yes, so it means, you don't have to say example. You don't have to say that. We can just say any Italian dish or Italian food. So that's why it has that complete or absolute all. But it's more about one example from a larger set or menu. The negative might be, I didn't tell anyone about my secret. Right? Anyone. Really? For example, my best friend. No, I didn't tell. Oh, really? I didn't tell my mother. Nope. It's very secret. I didn't tell my grandmother. Oh, wow. So this, that's why it has that feeling of complete 100%. But I think I teach a little bit different. Anyone, which means any human, right? So words like anytime, any day, anybody, anyone, anything, anywhere. Any other ones? Any other ones? So yeah, so it's a kind of a tricky topic, and this is one that I do disagree with the typical textbook lesson. But anyway, go ahead and check that other video, which is here in the comments. And also, don't forget to, in the comments, write your own original example sentence, and I'll help you with it. I'll check it for you. It's good for other students to see, to see different examples. You can make this more interactive instead of just watching a video. So anyway, these are 5 exercises from my textbook or my PDF workbook I give my students. If you don't have that, don't worry. I'll write the whole example now. So number 1, the review word is any. Number 1 is, welcome to Burger King. Can I tell you blah blah about our menu? Okay, so let's see. In this case, you might think, well, Burger King, that's a restaurant. Can I tell you you might think any food or any menu item or any, what's the word here? But in this case, the word is anything. Can I tell you anything? And in this case, it could be anything. Could be price, could be, ingredient, could be, I don't know, the calories. I don't know, calories. Just anything about the menu. Drinks, desserts. I think desserts there, or burgers, side items. So yeah, if you have a question about, for example, price, for example, ingredient, for example, calories, for example, drinks, I can tell you. Can I tell you? Okay, so yeah, that's the word here for in this case. Number 2. Did blah blah. Did blah blah here lose a wallet? I found blah blah on the floor a few minutes ago. Okay, so here you could see, so from the verb lose, and the object is a wallet, so that's going to be, a human loses, and a human has a wallet. A human loses a wallet, so we know here that it's going to be some kind of human. Did any human here lose a wallet? But we don't say any human. We say, did anyone here lose a wallet? For example, you. For example, her. For example, him. For example, people here. Or the same meaning as anybody. Did anybody here lose a wallet? Okay, so those are going to be the answers in this case. You could also say someone or somebody. Okay, so, and this is a pretty common situation where students want to know which is correct. Which one? Is it somebody? Is it anybody? You can say either one is correct, is natural. I only explain the difference is that anyone means one person from a group. From a group. And I would say someone just means person with no name, or I don't know the name, right? So you could say maybe question mark person, right? I don't know the name. So let's move this down. In this case, somebody here, maybe a party or I don't know, some place with other people. I don't know the people. So a person in this group of here in this place, or someone, maybe I don't know your name, someone. So in this case, it's either one. So anyone find wallets? Here, there's a wallet. I found blah blah on the floor a few minutes ago. So the most natural thing here, you could say I found it on the floor, meaning here's a wallet. I found it. Say this is a wallet. See, here's a wallet. I found it. You could say that. You could say I found one. You could say, did someone lose a wallet? Because this is a question. And at this point, it's just a question, just an idea. So you might not be gesturing to the wallet yet. Now this time I found one. Now I'm showing you the item. So it's hard to explain, but yeah, you could say either one. I would say I found this on the floor. So that's what I would say. So gesturing in my hand close to me, the speaker, I found this on the floor. This what? I found this wallet, but you don't have to say. All right. So again, another one. Three options, but I would say this. That's what I would say. Okay. And let's go to the next one. Number 3. Let's see. I need to save money, comma, blah blah. I shouldn't go blah blah right now. Okay, so I need to save money. Blah blah. I shouldn't go. So here, yeah, the hint here is the connector. There's a comma here, and there's another subject, I. So I need to save money. You could say, well, let's do this first. I shouldn't go blah blah right now. Here you might think go. Oh, that means go to, right? And so the word is anywhere, and actually to. You don't need to go anywhere. I shouldn't go anywhere. For example, what? For example, to Hawaii. For example, to a casino. For example, to a fancy restaurant. For example, to a cheap restaurant. To a bar or karaoke. So it's kind of you're communicating, I need to save money. I shouldn't go anywhere. And so it depends on the voice of the person is oh really? Yeah, okay, save money, no Hawaii. Save money, definitely no casino. Yeah, no fancy restaurant. No cheap restaurant? Nope. Should not. I shouldn't. Okay? So that's kind of the that's my way to teach it. I think it's a little bit too simple to teach that it means completely no. It means one example from a menu. Okay, you're trying to communicate. And finally here, so the best answer here, I need to save money. The best word is so. Right? So I need to save money. So the result or the following idea or feeling, I shouldn't go anywhere. Right? You could say somewhere. I shouldn't go somewhere. But again, I'm going to say the job of somewhere, it just means I don't know place. I don't know place. Right? So a question might be, oh, did Tommy go somewhere? So let's say Tommy's not here. So he went to a place I don't know. So you could say somewhere, but I would say anywhere. Okay, I'm gonna delete this. Okay. Next one. Number 4. If you have blah blah to say to me, I'd rather you tell me sooner than later. Okay. Let's see. So, if you have blah blah to say to me, so again, if you have, so the second part, I would. That's what that means. I would rather. So again, this is the imagined case. If I would. So yeah, that's a I think a future lesson. I would rather you tell me sooner. That means tell me now. Don't tell me later. So here you could say, so what's the word? You might say any message, any comment, any bad news, right? If you have any message, any comment, any bad news. So you could say, yeah, these are correct, but the most native way would be if you have anything to say to me. So anything, a message, a comment. So the word thing, it means all of those different message types. Complaint, bad news, question, I don't know, whatever. We say, if you have anything to say to me, and again, it means, for example, bad news, complaint, question, new idea, whatever, anything to say to me, I'd rather you tell me sooner than later. You could say something if you have something to say to me, and in this case it does work because it means something means that I don't know message or I don't know comment. So, and in this case it works because if means I don't know, or so, but okay, yeah, I would say anything, but you could say something too. All right, let's go. Number 5. What? I can't believe you ate all the cookies. I just bought blah blah yesterday, and I didn't get blah blah. Okay. So let's see. What? I can't believe you ate all the cookies. I just bought... Now you have to kind of think about this one. The answer here, I just bought the cookies. I just bought the cookies yesterday, right? But the cookies, we don't say. We cut this down. The right? They're plural. I just bought them yesterday, and I didn't get the cookies, right? And I didn't get, you could say them, right? But again, this is the case for any cookies. Oh, really? For example, one cookie? No. Or 2 cookies? No. 1/2 of a cookie? No. Right? So again, this is why my students, somebody teaches them it means absolute 0. And in this case, it does work because it's I didn't get, which means I got 0, or I got none from a lesson before. But here's what's different in this number 5 is that cookies, you don't have to say twice. You can cut it out and say, I didn't get any. And so now any becomes a noun, it becomes a noun. You can get any cookies, right? So you have to practice this too for the listening. You have to remember that any it can also become the noun if you have already introduced the noun before. Okay. Yep. Okay, good. Making good time. And then here's some exercise B ones. So, if you could have dinner with anyone, who would it be and why? So yeah, this is a good example. If you could. So if means the imagined case. So this is not real. We're just talking. It's not real. It's not reality. With anyone, for example, any human in history, who would it be? So you could say, for example, I would have dinner with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Because he is my favorite actor, and I love, Terminator, right? I would ask him about, I don't know, working in Hollywood. Okay, right? That's a good answer. No, there's no any in here, but that's the This is a. You could say this is kind of a next level question because it's really open for the listener. Right? Let's go to number 2. Is there anything you want to do this summer? Anything you want to do. For example, what is it? Oh, yes. I really want to try stand-up paddle surfing or sup surfing. Stand-up paddle surfing. Because it looks so fun and not too difficult. Maybe I will go to the beach and try it. All right. So yeah, is there anything you want to do this summer? For example, anything, not only sports or not only activities, study or learn or cook or go. For example. Okay. And that's it. So yeah, this is one you have to practice for the listening, get it into your regular vocabulary, your regular grammar, because native people often use this word. So make an original, put it in the comments, and I'll help you. And we'll see you in the next video.